Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Playoff-a-thon. Tyler, Green, and Shawnee here with our special guest from The Ringer, Sir Zoe. Welcome to the Playoff-a-thon. Sir, goodness, what a day. Thanks, you picked Shawnee. To come on the game, to come on the show. Dude, my brain's melted. From today.
You good?
No, it's been a long day. Y'all have heard from us way too much today, frankly.
On StreamYard.
Yeah.
Like we was
some of us four.
Hey, bruh. Cause we started getting deep in the lineup. We was about to have Rashard host an emergency.
Dude, we were about to have an outfielder pitching, bro. Like it was about to get wicked, man. Like it was insane. But before we dive in to today, of course, a word from our friends at Home Field. You can use code NOCAT15 to get 15% off your first purchase. Links in the description. Of course, like and subscribe. Your super chat gets your message on the stage. And today, a new announcement, family, for people here on YouTube.
What?
Memberships are now open here to become a member of the channel here. $3 a month gets you not only luxury tax interviews a day or so early. Not only do you get some emojis and a cool little thing by your name here in the chat. I got a couple of gifts in there for y'all that you might want to use. Just a couple. We're going to be adding more. And you get access to the No Cat Space Discord chat. We were in there talking the entire game today. So it's the perfect place to come and no ball. And you get a free super chat out of it. So essentially, if you're thinking about sending a super chat, just become a member. And you get one highlighted message a month. And we can see it and bring it up here. It's a great deal. So on that note, the Las Vegas Aces are going to the WNBA finals. This is a weird route to get here. And Shawnee, I think out of anybody here, you are likely the most conflicted on this road. Because ultimately, your take is still over here on this whiteboard that the Aces are winning the WNBA finals. It's still here. But the road to get here, not as satisfying as I feel like when you entered in here, you don't have the energy that you would anticipate having here.
Well, it's like I knew I would be right, but like make me right in a good way. This felt like this was nasty. I was like, turn the lights off in the stadium. I don't want to see no celebrating. Go to the locker room. Like it just like stuff happened, and it's what you want to see from a championship team, but it also has me concerned for what's next because, bruh, it was Shea Petty and Natasha Howard. Like, all right, bruh.
Odyssey Sims,
hero ball. Nah, she was hooping, but it's just like we're making some of those like Minnesota Lynx type mistakes down the stretch where I'm like, are y'all good? I'm sorry, somebody had to catch it straight. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. It had to go somewhere. You had to let it out somewhere.
Yeah, it just had to happen. But I'm just like, why are we fouling Natasha Howard? Like, bro, just move. Like, there's a good chance she was just gonna miss anyway. Like, move. But yeah, you know, you pull it out. The guards, playoff Chelsea Gray is back. That's terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, cause that magnet ball was serious. 30 from Chelsea. Jackie Young. Chelsea showed up in the white tee. That's what I needed to see. Jewel Lloyd wasn't an absolute negative. She also showed up in the white tee. But like that was my point here. Asia's not the one that needs to wear the white tees. It's everybody else. So, like, the gimmick needs to be for them. But, you know, we're going to the finals. Whiteboard still stands. Never wrong. Just early. Sometimes not even early. Just right.
Sometimes just right. Even if it doesn't feel right, always. Ultimately, still right. We got a couple of super chats in here. Jonathan with the 5. Thank you for playoff-a-thon. Proud of the Fever seasons from hell ending just shy of the finals. Prayers for Kelsey Mitchell. Had to make up for fouls for AB. Yes. Obviously, a whole lot of this story of this game has to do with the Fever and what they ended up forcing overtime without. And that's without Kelsey Mitchell and without Aaliyah Boston towards the end. We were certainly going to talk about that. And another super chat here from KGB, $5. Thank you so much. Ironic that at midnight, October 1st on the East Coast, the Indy Cinderella turned pumpkin, but shout out to the Hospital Squad. Hospital Squad is,
season.
Yeah, it is. And very, very on brand. I mean, I can't imagine being an Indiana basketball fan this year. The roller coaster you have been on. Goodness gracious.
Care to comment? Special guest.
Like, yeah. Sarah, for you, this game, right? From we're certainly going to talk, and we'll kind of in memoriam this Fever season some as well. Now that this run has officially come to an end, but from an Aces perspective, like, do you kind of share the sentiment of like, ooh, this, like the feel of it not feeling maybe as dominant as you would hope against this Fever squad?
Yeah, I felt like once Kelsey went down and Aaliyah picked up her 5th foul that the Aces might start pulling away, but then the Fever start getting back into the game, and a lot of it was on some stuff from the Aces that just did not look championship level. The one that stands out to me the most is Asia Wilson gambling on the inbounds play that allows
Delete the footage.
Sims to get. What's that?
Delete the footage. Cut the cameras.
Yo, dude, the black cars are gonna be outside of my house because I remember, the North remembers. Look, like that was just a play that was just not something that you're accustomed to seeing from a championship level team, right? So she's able to kind of get free in a moment like that. You don't understand why you'd ever really gamble. Like you can just play it straight up. If you're Asia Wilson, there, you kind of like try to go for the home run play. It doesn't work out, and look. They closed it out in overtime. I think the Aces are an incredible crunch time team. They're like the best crunch time team in the league this year. And you see why, right? Like you can, like they do the clear out for Asia to get to her left. Indiana fouls, and you can like go to Jackie Young. Incredible defense on that play by Indiana, denying the ball to Asia. You have Chelsea Gray, who is like just an incredible crunch time performer, can always get to that midi. You still have like, the ghost of Jewel Lloyd popping in every once in a while, and then Jackie Young, man. Like, I don't know what you guys think about that that over the back foul on Aaliyah, because like I'm kind of two minds with it, where I think, okay, that foul and the foul before that on the DHO. Look, I just don't know if that one, especially the DHO
on Aaliyah, right? The foul on Aaliyah.
Like that's just way too soft of a call in that moment, especially just given the way that this series and this game has gone. It's just been very physical, and the refs have let them play. I kind of hated to see her go out like that. But then on the actual, like on the one that got her out, it's like Jackie Young does this, like this is how Jackie Young and the Aces
trust me, I remember.
Like that's the thing.
Yeah, to me, the handoff I hate.
Yeah,
there was I think
no, because I feel like she wasn't leaning at all. She didn't extend. She didn't.
The flop from Meg was disgusting.
That
flop was brutal. I mean,
the
way that this series has been called, to have those be the fouls here that are what gets Aaliyah, especially like in this game, and like maybe this is just purely from like the fan perspective and not even like thinking about it, but like, bro, don't send this game to overtime on that call. Like I don't want to see that, like in that manner as well. But I think to me, and I'm almost scared to say these words this week, but goodness gracious, the incidental contact potentially on that rebound, right? And like where does that happen? Like how do you determine on that play like the path that that Jackie's taking on the rebound, and like if Aaliyah has the ability to like cross into that, and like so there was certainly contact. So like I think for me, like that's one of those fouls where I'd be like, oh, don't call that. Yeah. But like in the regular, like in the play of the game, but I'd be like, okay, I get it. But seeing it get the overtime on that game and bail out the Aces on that possession, that's where it just like is even if it's potentially the right call, makes me sick.
That one I'm fine with, honestly, because it's like, Jackie did her work. No, there was no guard boxing her out. You're trying to, you're trying to get a rebound in the air. You're always running some risk when you do something like that. And to me, it's like she earned that call, right? Sure. It's the other two. Like it's a flop and it was a DHO. Like those are the ones that you just can't have.
Yeah, with no challenge, by the way. Stephanie White doesn't use a challenge until the 6th foul, which I hate. I absolutely think I understand wanting to save it, like especially as you get deeper into like with that 6th foul, but you don't know that 6th foul isn't going to be just obvious. You don't know that.
And the 5th foul took Aaliyah off the floor for
a very long time. Yes, 100%. Like I was so shocked to see that challenge not get used on either the Meg flop or the screen. Like at some point you just have to rip it and have to keep your star player on the court, and especially when you think about it, obviously at that point, hindsight, but Kelsey Mitchell ends up being out, and you don't have either of them on the court. And obviously you don't know that at the time, but just brutal. Before we continue, we got a couple of super chats here. Ghost, Becky Hammond apologized to Pops. You learned nada. That's damn. Thanks for the 2, Ghost. KGB at half, AB had 11 rebounds. Aces only had 10. Yeah, she was working, and the Aces weren't great on the rebounds until Jewel Lloyd starts crashing at the very end of the game, and just like and Jackie like that. That's kind of part of the clutch time aspect to this, that you have champions on this Vegas team, and like just absolutely came through there towards the end. $2 again from Ghost. Phoenix salivating because they're gonna eat. We were talking about it in the me and Greer were talking about it before. Like we think they were watching this with doing the Birdman hand rub. Like it's like that's you got to feel pretty good right now, because the difference, and we're certainly not moving on from the game, but like in terms of that comment, like Phoenix is a confident team rolling. Vegas is a team that just survived game 5 at home against this Fever team that has scraps left by the time you get into overtime. So from an Indiana perspective here, to kind of do a quick in memoriam, if you will, on this title run, because this is a run that I'm not going to soon forget, even if it doesn't make it all the way to the finals. Like this is about as improbable as it could have possibly been to even be in this spot here. Greer, I'll start with you on this. Like for you, like when you're thinking back on this Fever team and like what this Fever season has become, like what are you going to kind of think on it, and the idea of what this can kind of do for the Fever as an organization going forward?
You can't do anything but be encouraged about what the future holds for your team. Obviously, free agency, CBA, like that's going to play a big part in this, but you were able to attract big free agents, not necessarily able to keep them all, but you were able to attract them. But you're also going to be a lot smarter next time in the way that you approach that situation.
You're vetting. Hey, let me talk your last 2 teams. You got an ex anywhere in the league? Are you married?
No, for real. And if not, we need to bring both of y'all. If we need to bring both of y'all, if that's the case. But yeah, so you already know that you have like a winning pitch, right? For any free agent out there. The Caitlin and like her sustainability, just being able to play. Like one, I think we're going to see some changes in officiating. I think that is 1000% going to happen the next time the WNBA resumes. I can't imagine that the league was too happy that she missed 30 games this season or whatever it ended up being, right? And a bunch of those games were nationally televised. So I do expect a bit of course correction on like all levels next season for the Indiana Fever. Stephanie White too, right? Like there were big question marks, I feel like, all season long about her playbook, but also like management, game style, like, and do I want to say she won me over a little bit? Like when it might have just been the jacket tonight, Greer. Hey, jacket was fire, I gotta say. But when she pulled them to the side today to start the 4th quarter, right? They got that a little bit on camera, and I was like, okay, I'm rocking. Like everybody looked like, oh, we can get back in this. We can make it. I know Kelsey did, but we can hold our own, you know.
I'm glad you felt that way because you was about to check in.
We were up next. I don't know about you. I was on the line. I was getting ready to let y'all know, man. Like no show tonight. We got a hoop. Like it was getting wicked.
But also, right?
I mean, you'd only be like the 6th member of the Indiana Fever that has a podcast. So
this is true. This is true.
The ability to trust Odyssey Sims down the stretch. Shea Petty made a massive shot, right? Like if you're, obviously they don't want to like have just that crop of players to choose from next season, but like you got to be feeling great about like Stephanie's ability to break through, right? Yeah. With players. So encouraged is the best way I could put it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Christopher also agrees. Shawnee's right. Fever in 2026 title is loading. Thanks for the five.
Don't write that on the whiteboard yet.
We're not writing that one down?
Not yet.
Good, because I don't want to keep this on a whiteboard the whole time. That's going to stay in there forever.
Like, first, I'm still, like, processing this season, because I was right. I was right the whole time. Caitlyn goes down, and I'm like, all right, it's Aaliyah Boston MVP time. And I had people like, she gets 95% of her buckets from Caitlyn. And I'm like, okay, yes, because that's how they play now. However, I watched her do that. Like, hello, what are you talking about? This postseason, we saw the evolution of Aaliyah Boston, like, kind of completed in a sense of, like, she barking back, bros. That was the biggest thing. That and one is still ringing in my head. That meant something to me. And she's sitting on the bench, you know, she was like, all right, bet. Like, it was like the Cam Newton, you know? And I was like, she coming back on a mission. She's going back to Unrivaled to get some more cardio, to do some more dribbling. And that's really all we need from her during the off season. But like, her IQ is so high, bro. Like, she was cooking the league MVP repeatedly. You know, they had to put out a hit on her. They had 4 letters running the same nasty system that they've been running since she was in college. We're getting narratives that we haven't got since the pandemic. And I was like, ooh, she's only in her 3rd year and y'all doing this. This is wicked. I saw defenses tonight that I haven't seen since she was in the SEC, playing against Auburn, playing against Alabama. They packing the paint on her. They're sending help with the MVPs, bros. And I know I said this last.
No. Not just the MVP, also the what?
Huh? Oh, yeah, the DPOY. Okay.
Pull back.
The wind just left your sails. Like,
pull it back. Lock back in. You gotta rev it back up a little bit. Lawnmower, stop. Hold on.
Now it's like we've gone too far. Now I gotta slander that which I love. Hold on. That's where the
Are you willing to slander Asia in order to agenda for AD? Is this a sacrifice you're willing to make?
I feel like I'm watching the collective Gamecock fan brain right now break. Like, you are basically personifying what is happening to that fan base, like, just game by game here.
Yeah, it's like, it's a game, and a cock on my shoulder, and it's like, game, cock. And now I'm like having to choose the sides and what have you. But no, like, we're seeing double, triple teams. They're packing the paint. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at her. Year 3, friends. This is year 3. I told y'all, she's handling the rock. She's dribbling. We start extending from 15 feet out. Y'all, cancel Christmas. It's Aaliyah Boston time.
Well, they might be canceling the season after what Fee did today, but
yeah.
A couple of super chats here. KGB, Toronto, or Portland, get Odyssey on your team. Yeah, Odyssey Sims is going to be on a roster next year. We've been saying this for like 4 years now, but she's going to be on a roster. So I'm not worried about that.
She's going to be freed from the clutches of Dallas for good this time.
Please don't put her through that torture again. Chris with the 5. Stephanie White, Kelsey Mitchell, a lot of lower body cramping for Kelsey Mitchell post game. So prayers. I mean,
hope that's all it is.
I was about to say, I'll take cramps because that was goodness. I don't even know what like, that whole thing with bringing the stretcher out. Like, obviously, it never doesn't use it, but has the stretcher come out. That was a whole thing. It was crazy and very worrisome, frankly. Like, the whole scene of all of that was incredibly worrisome.
Yeah, like, did we have to?
Can I just shout out to?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, you go ahead.
Can I just? Yeah, all right. Can I just shout out to the Indiana Fever for the quickness with which they brought the towels? Like, I have actually just never seen that be done so efficiently. And it made me wonder, like, is this actually just like an unfortunate byproduct of experience? Have they actually just been in this position so many times this season that they are completely locked in on how to do that? And that was a weird play because I had really, like, it was difficult, Tyler. You were describing it before, and it's like, we didn't really see what happened on the play itself because the focus was on Aaliyah Boston. And then when it did happen, it was like Kelsey kind of kept playing and then she just couldn't, which I guess actually kind of just lends more credence to the fact that it could have actually been cramps, which would, yes, of course, be an incredible coup considering what we witnessed and how bad it looked, but also speaks to just how difficult and just taxing of a postseason this has been for Kelsey Mitchell. Like, she has looked incredible. And it is wild how just zippy she has looked while she's been carrying the burden that she's carried. Like, I think she's played more minutes than just about anybody. She's like taken a lot of shots. She's, obviously scored a lot of points. And yeah, it just felt like, I don't know, if it felt like whatever magic the Fever had, like, it just ran out, and it was unfortunately almost fitting, right? Like, it was really heartbreaking. You had that devastating moment where you're like, oh my God, not again. And then they rally. Then, Steph has that quote that Greer was talking about where she's like, feel this right now, but honor it. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, that's, wow. Like, I got chills. Like, but that's kind of like a cool thing. What's that?
So it was about to go on to war. Like, it felt like literally like a pre-war talk. Like, goodness,
comrades.
It really was. It really was. That's like the thing Steph White can do, though, right? Like, there's no coach that's really perfect. Like, I definitely have my qualms with how modern her offense can be sometimes, but she has been able to just galvanize this team under every circumstance and keep them together and really locked in and believing in themselves. And it was kind of cool to get a sneak preview into how that has probably looked like in the locker room. Now, that said, I'd love to see, like, we're going to watch this Phoenix series. We're going to see a lot of inverted Alyssa Thomas pick and rolls. I would love to see a little bit more of that with Aaliyah Boston next year. Like, I'd like to see, let's continue the evolution of her ability. Okay, Shawnee, you're back. We're back.
Yeah, the wind is starting to flow again.
Right?
It's starting to flow.
Yeah, keep going.
Let's just let's get more modern. Let's find a way to, like, you built this, like, defensive identity, right? And I think that was really important for Aaliyah in particular, to, like, she's leveled up defensively as a rim protector. And also just been somebody who's become a lot more demanding with the ball, right? Like, she's tapped into her toughness, which I think she's always had, but there's always been a level, like, a sort of, because she's so soft-spoken, I think that people kind of, like, underestimated her sometimes, and now she's like
every left and right.
That's the thing, and now she's every big's biggest enemy, right? And that's what you want. Like, that's what you want, right? Like, that's like that's like the cool thing. But how do you kind of, like, this team was perfect for what it was without Caitlin, right? But now, like, next year we have Caitlin coming back, and you're gonna have to make a shift stylistically. And you're gonna have to find a way to build on this identity while also incorporating a player who, wants to shoot a lot of threes, and you're gonna want to, like, you run off your defense and all that stuff. Some of that stuff is natural, but I think there are gonna have to be, like, some slight stylistic changes that they make. And I don't know. I'm interested to see how that looks, because I really don't. I don't know. Like,
I think you can kind of run what you've been running right now until she gets her legs. Like, this is what I wanted them to be doing. Caitlin's rookie season. While she got her legs under her, let Aaliyah Boston run the show. Get her on the block, get her touches, let her use her footwork, because, like, that was always there. So I understand at the beginning of Caitlin's rookie season, like, they were trying that new style. They were trying, like, Aaliyah handling the ball more. So there was that, like, growing pain period. But, like, I have been saying for 2 years now, run the offense through Aaliyah. Like, that's how you, like, get Caitlin to, like, it opens it up for Caitlin too, because you can't double team Caitlin and, like, pack the paint on Aaliyah, because, like, now you got Kelsey or somebody open, so you're gonna have to make a decision. So I would like to see them use her more than just, like, the facilitator of the offense, and actually, like, a focal point. Make sure we're getting her post touches. Make sure we're getting her to score and getting her going, because, like, sky's the limit. Like you said, defensively, she could get a DPOY. Like, it's totally possible. She's good at guarding. She's pretty decent at guarding in space.
And then even she would need help to guard Joyce Edwards in 4 years.
The circle of life. It's just what we do at Post Player U. So, yeah, like, I am very much encouraged. I kind of lost track. I'm, like, gushing about Aaliyah Boston again, and I don't think that was stylistically with Caitlin coming back. Yeah. No, I think it's NWO time. We got to go full heel. Like, attitude era. Like, let's go. Bring the Black Forces out every game. We need a Black Force season. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, y'all already know what it is. Everybody's ops. Everybody got you circled on the calendar. You are the scheduling conflict. You, like, how we had now you know.
Awesome nickname.
Hey,
that's a tough nickname. That's a tough nickname. I ain't gonna lie. That's a tough nickname.
Of course, it would be Atlanta that would give us that. Like they cooked inadvertently.
They did their thing with that. First off, our very first YouTube member. Thank you, Patty, and KGB for our first YouTube membership. Again, that gets you into the official NCS chat. If you've been a paid subscriber on nocastbasewb.com, that's been our chat over there. That's now transferred over to Discord because we wanted to also bring in our YouTube people over here. You guys have been tapped in so well over this playoff-a-thon. So, again, you can find the link in the description to become a member of No Cap Space. And come enjoy the discourse over on Discord. We had a fun time talking throughout the game. Of course, Super Chat, get your message on screen like this one here from TX Kang, $5. Kelsey was unguardable. Phoenix do not have her. Don't sleep on the Aces. Let's kind of talk about that a little bit to look ahead just some here. This was a unique challenge, I feel like, for the Aces and their guards who are older than me. And that's where I'll leave that. With some of the speed that Kelsey Mitchell possessed, which is obviously one of one. Like there's no matching Kelsey Mitchell's speed in the W. She's the fastest player. The first step is ridiculous. How do we feel like in terms of like defensively on the perimeter and like how that works? Obviously, like Satu is a unique player in the W. Like, I mean, they call her the unicorn for a reason with the height, with also the skill that she possesses. Obviously, Ka is certainly capable of popping off and having her games. We've seen that here in the playoffs as well. Like, are we moved by Phoenix's perimeter options and being able to take advantage of what this, frankly, mid-level to lower level Aces defense during the regular season was? Like, are we worried, or from an Aces perspective, about that being kind of taken advantage of on the perimeter at all? To anybody.
On the first step, like Kalia Copper worries me because that double pump, like.
Like
I've said this before. Like when Kelsey Mitchell drives to the basket, to me, every time she gets like half an inch smaller. So then, like by the fourth quarter, she's like 4'9", taking it to the rim, and it's just like okay, like that doesn't happen with Ka. So I'm curious how they like match her athleticism and her quickness, getting to the cup.
Yeah,
because I think Jackie would have to guard her and keep Jewel Lloyd. Sure. Yeah, like you got to get a restraining order against Jewel Lloyd. Like make sure she's not within 50 feet of Kalia Copper. I do not want to see that, bro.
Yeah, because this is the question here. KGB was the two. Who's checking Satu and Ka? I think that's the exact question you're gonna have to try and figure out. Because, I mean, if you put Jackie on Ka, like sure, I mean, an understandable assignment. Are you putting Melissa on?
I would actually.
Is that the move?
I think she could. I think she can move her feet and stay with her. She can definitely like hang with her on the block. She's the most undersized 6'3" player I've ever seen in my entire life. But like I think she can overcome it. Mm-hmm. So I think Melissa on like definitely please don't put Agatha all along on.
Sasha's been drawing fouls, though. Do you think Melissa can guard her without fouling?
Good point.
Melissa has a horrible whistle. I will say that. So, but it's
an
like
unspecial whistle.
Uh-oh. Well, then now you got to bring in Kia Stokes. I don't know what you do, man. Kia Stokes time.
Yeah. I feel like that Satu versus Melissa matchup is going to be really interesting because I don't think either player can really guard each other. Like, I think once Melissa starts to take Satu down into the post, Satu also ends up in foul trouble as well. But they're also both two players who, they can have a game, like 18 points and, just really putting pressure on the rim. And they can also have these games like Satu can just decide to chuck every once in a while too. So it really just depends on how locked in either of them is. Because like Satu's going to be able to get her shots on Liz, right? And like you hope those shots are like the optimal ones and she's getting to the line. But as we have seen, it's like kind of every second game you get a different version of her. I also kind of wonder, what if you did it the other way around where you actually had Asia guarding Satu? Like Asia can absolutely guard her down the perimeter. You can also just say, hey, we're going to shut her down. Like you're one of the main scoring valves for this team. You're not going to get a double. We're just going to put the defensive player of the year on you. And you're just not getting a thing. Because I think that Asia could shut her down. And then the other end, you could put Liz on Alyssa. And I don't think Liz is necessarily like the strongest defender in the world, but she's really she's I should rephrase
Right.
it. I don't think she's the most dynamic defender in the world, but she is strong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like that's like the kind of that's like the thing you need to have against Liz. Like if you can kind of manage to stay in front, then you can kind of cut off the scoring, or you can also put Alyssa Thomas in a position where it's like, yo, you got to get 20 every night. We see you do that a little bit more these days, but are you going to do it every night? Because we're gonna
she averaged 20 against the Lynx.
She did, yeah.
So okay, my concern with Asia on Satu around the perimeter, I have.
Go ahead, reveal it.
Just don't cheat on the biggest play in the game.
Yeah, just don't gamble like the most important thing of the entire season. Don't go like,
honestly, if you're locked down, Asia Wilson in a squat, like I'm good. I'll go with her every time.
In space, I'm still concerned because like Aaliyah was cooking her on those. She was parachuting on some of those pump fakes, and Aaliyah, that 15-footer and out. That's still an area I just said like we need to work on. We're gonna be in the lab this summer. I got y'all.
You rebounded?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm checking the technique. I'm checking the form. We're good.
Shawnee, if both Asia and Aaliyah went back to South Carolina to work out for the summer, and you're presumably already there because you're rebound. Like, would you rebound for both of them? Would you run back and forth? Would you have to pick one? Is there one that you'd have like more allegiances towards? Like, how would you approach that?
We're staggering. You get the gym from 10 to noon. You get the gym from 1 to 3. And then we switch off. Like, who's the morning person? Who's the later person? And then we switch off. But we would stagger. And then that would become part of the training. Oh, you're the morning person? Guess what? You're working in the afternoon because apparently early games are a problem for you. So...
yeah, why are you not locked in for the kids' camp?
Yeah,
like,
So yeah, like we just stagger it. Yeah, but like with Satu can like actually shoot from out there consistently and shoot the 3. So it's like a head fake from Satu. You actually got to respect that. With Aaliyah, it was kind of like, okay, you ain't had to jump that hard, bro. Like, come on. See, we not there yet. We're not there yet. So that's my concern with her on Satu around the perimeter. Like, I think you will get at least one cheat foul out there, and like you don't want that.
That's true. You also just don't want Asia away from the rim too much.
Exactly.
Like, the rim. Yeah.
Because who else is rebounding for the Aces if it's not Asia?
Jewel
Jackie
Lloyd.
Young and Jewel Lloyd.
I mean,
Jewel Lloyd remains Reese tonight, bro.
God.
Hey, look, if Jewel got to stay away from Kalia, yeah, she's got to be.
You got to do something, man. Go get on the block. Go get in the dunker spot, man.
So my question is, who's guarding Asia? Natasha Mack? Like what?
Yeah. Like Loki, yeah.
Her and AT, yeah. But, I mean, AT, I guess you're just trying to... Because I do think, like, the thing that could potentially factor into this in terms of Asia's performance and kind of taking from what AB did this series is the physicality. Now, obviously, AT is a different type of physical. Like, it's just a different way of going about it. But I do wonder, like, if that can kind of be a thing here. Like, if it just in terms of just always consistently being in Asia space, always like right there, and just always having some type of just like whether it's an arm on her or whatever, it's different because just the size difference to me between like AB and Alyssa Thomas and the way they do it. But
that's the thing, because it's like you can push her off her spot, but if she's still facing up and can go right over you, don't really like. That was the thing about Aaliyah. Like she's 6'5", so she put her hand up and moves her off the spot. Like now your whole shot is altered. Like if you're just like backing me up a little bit and I'm already fading away, I can still see what I'm doing. Because wait, Alyssa Thomas is what, like 6'1", 6 feet,
6'2", listed, I believe.
Okay, wait, can I ask a question? And like, this is gonna be bad. Like, it's gonna sound bad, but like, I really mean it, like genuinely. Okay, when I ask this, I just need that to be prefaced. Can she get her shoulders high enough to contest the Asia shot? Like, I'm being to that. Like, I'm really trying to think critically.
Not enough to like totally bother it. Not like
that's what I'm saying. Like in comparison to what AB, like I'm really like picturing this in my head, and I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm really not. Like that was a genuine question. I promise. But yeah, that's like genuinely. I'm like I don't know if it could get to a point where that's where Natasha Mack might just have to be the answer, just from a pure.
I mean, it's disrupting her on the catch, right? Like that is going to be
Sure.
Rule
And that's
number
where I'm
one.
thinking more of AT with that.
Yeah, it's going to be disrupting her on the catch, just getting the ball a struggle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
force
Because
her
once
right.
once Ace is
Yeah.
up in the air, they don't
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
There's almost no one who can.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. We have a super chat here from our resident Sammy Whitcomb respecter Joe. Sammy Whitcomb, why not? Though if they were serious, the Aces guards would clear. Look, after this, I'm not putting anything past Sammy Whitcomb. She's had her moments this playoffs. I'm not
gotta put
doubting her.
Jackie on Sammy Whitcomb.
Thank you for the 5, Joe.
I also add like,
yeah, go ahead.
Asia destroyed Phoenix this year. Like absolutely wrecked them.
Right.
I don't think they actually really have an answer for her, and I think that's kind of like, I would just obviously just not having like too much time to think about it yet. I feel like the Aces are gonna win this series because, well, they're just at their best, they're a better team. Like they still they're somewhere on most nights, like a night like tonight, they're somewhere in the middle of the team that went 14-14 and the team that ripped off a 16-game win streak. If they play like the team that ripped off a 16-game win streak, it's absolutely over for Phoenix. If they play like something in the middle of that, then I think that you can do some things on Asia. You can throw some doubles. I think Ka is like a really good switch defender. She's definitely somebody who's effective on the double. We've seen Sammy Whitcomb be effective, especially when you turn Asia into a passer and they kind of get into the lanes and stuff like that. And you can kind of hope like, okay, like Chelsea Gray doesn't have it every single night. She also got an injury in this game, so we'll kind of see how she feels afterwards. There's not really like, they've got 2 days of rest and not really a lot of travel, so you hope that everyone like feels like pretty relatively okay. Greer, how long did you say? Because you looked it up before.
An hour and 10 minutes commercially, so private probably 50.
Okay, so it's just nothing.
So what Greer flies, yeah.
Like there's yeah. There's like really no travel in this series at all, basically, which is great.
Everybody can go home in their own bed.
Which of course had nothing to do with the injuries in this. What's that?
I said everybody could go home.
Everybody go home in their own bed?
They could if they wanted to.
That's true. You know what? You got Mark Davis. You got Matt Ishbia. You guys want to start warring over how many miles we can use throughout the course of this series, because like everybody's more comfortable at home. But yeah, like I think that if the Aces aren't like the perfect team that we kind of saw them be in the back half of the season, then I think Phoenix definitely has a chance. Like if you start to double Asia, and then you like, that's probably what I would do. I'd make the bet that there's just like the guards aren't going to have it every single night, because that's like kind of the more reliable thing. Like that was kind of, it was part of the story throughout the series with the Fever, and like even in moments in game 5, like, you know, until Chelsea kind of turned it on late, it was really like the Jackie and Wilson show. Shout out to Hosier. But yeah, I don't know. Like that's kind of where I fall on the series. Like I don't think anybody can guard Asia, so it really just kind of like everything trickles down from that. Yeah,
it becomes increasingly problematic when you have to factor in Asia. This one right here, this one right here. Anna, for $2. Only like 4 of the 16 wins were against playoff teams. Thank you for the super chat. Go ahead, Shawnee.
So where are we now in the playoffs? How many do we need? 4. Thank you. We're good.
Quick math. Look at the PEMDAS.
Oh, so those were against like Atlanta at their best and Minnesota as well. So
Atlanta strays are crazy.
And that's still my biggest takeaway of this playoffs, that Atlanta should be embarrassed. I love this one here. This is incredibly niche.
Yo, you actually hold on for a second, because Atlanta should be fucking kicking themselves right now.
Like what? You see?
They could have been.
Like,
we could have been talking about them tonight.
We should have been.
They still would have folded against the Aces. So here we go.
Yeah, they would have been high fiving.
Makes y'all think there would have been 5 games of this.
Yeah, true.
They would have been at tenders invites after game 3.
How do you allow this to happen? I love this question here. This is my type of niche. Which shot feels more automatic? Late shot, Chelsea Gray pull up, or Warriors Sean Livingston midi? $5 from Patty Bills. Those Sean Livingston mid ranges were, I think, in terms of automatic, I think it's Sean Livingston. In terms of the most like FU shot possible, it's always Chelsea Gray. Like those pull-ups that she hits, that 3 she had tonight, like at the end of the shot clock, like bro, be for real. But I think it might be Sean Livingston. Those middies were ridiculous. Like
those middies hurt too, because it was like the Warriors would be putting the hurt on you in every possible way, right? And then like you finally think like Steph goes out of the game, and you finally think you have a respite, and then Sean Livingston just comes in with his turnaround. And he's like taller than everybody. He can get to his shot whenever he wants to. Like he's got the old man strength. Those are tough. Those are tough.
Yeah, I think it's probably Sean Livingston. Those were brutal. But clutch time Chelsea Gray is also incredibly automatic and different.
She's like if Chris Paul like was good in the finals.
If he ever made it to the finals.
No, he's addicted.
He made it
still.
once, and
he's
then
addicted still.
And he's been sober.
He's
4
addicted.
years, 5 to 65 years.
he's been feeding ever since. Dude, a Chris Paul stray on this stream is crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Well, folks, hearts and minds, are we clear? I mean, like, what a series, what a season from Indiana. And it's Vegas that is now going to the finals. Phoenix versus Las Vegas, exactly as we thought when this season began we would be at. Exactly where we thought we would be, especially at the halfway point of the season, exactly where we thought we would be. Sarah, what let them know where to find you, what you got coming out. Sorry to put you on the spot there. So
no.
The eyes go back, you know. Like,
no, I just the cadence of it took me by surprise. But yes, you can follow me. Yeah. Right, I'm supposed to plug stuff. Okay,
she didn't have a prepared statement.
No.
Right, no.
Let me start I have my 4-minute prepared statement.
Thank you. Please.
Okay. So you can follow me at Sirat Sohi on X or Instagram or Blue Sky or whatever. It's all Sirat Sohi because that name is actually just like not taken, which is pretty great. And we did a emergency podcast today on Nafisa Collier and her emptying the clip on Kathy Engelbert, basically using all of the cachet that she has built up over the years to, just try to take her down. Really respect that move. We'll see what happens next. But we had David Barry on of Wages of Wins. He's like an economist who does a really good job of like breaking down the WNBA's financials and like being like honest about his analysis. It's like a really refreshing breath of fresh air when you see like all of the sort of like trolley analysis of the league losing money and things like that. So I enjoyed talking to him, and then we'll probably keep covering the fee situation. We'll be back with our regular pod covering the finals, just regular basketball coverage of the final. I should work on
No, it's okay. we might need the prepared statement.
Yeah.
Look, go tap in as always, and if you're not tapped in here on No Cast Space, this is the message right here from our newest YouTube member, which you can do down below in the description. Load management, what's that? The triple and quadruple shifts today. Yes, we've had videos on Chris Koklanis. We've had 2 videos on the entire Nafisa Collier situation and Kathy Engelbert and what comes next and what is happening now, and of course, our playoff-a-thon continued here tonight and will continue after every finals game. We appreciate y'all so much here for tapping in. We appreciate you, Sirat, for also joining us here tonight. So make sure you go tap in with her. Make sure you tap in with us. You can find all the links down below in the description. We will be back. I'm telling you right now, if you see me on here today or tomorrow, if I post anything, it's against my will. I won't be here tomorrow. I'm tired. Okay. The quadruple shift got to us today. But Friday.
I'm ready to host.
But Friday, Greer called the ISO today.
She went to the final.
ISO Greer.
ISO.
She had her Odyssey Sims night.
Greer ISO'd. Like, so if nobody else is going to be here, Greer will be. I can appreciate that. So make sure y'all stay tapped in here. Make sure you guys click the bell to be notified every time we drop a video or go live. And of course, WBB.com. Everything down below in the description so you know where to find our content. We'll for sure be back Friday. Knowing the WNBA, we'll be back way sooner. Until next time, everyone, we'll talk soon.